Hello, and welcome to the Live Past Crazy Show. Your host is Yanmitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with her? Yanmitra appreciates you taking the time out to listen to the podcast, and it is her sincere hope that what we share is something that you can use to help you and someone you know live past crazy.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yanmitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. What better place to be than here with me? Hope you're ready to get this morning started. I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Good morning. Good morning. And how do you do? I'd like to introduce myself to you. Well, excuse me. It's going to be a good day today. I hope you've been enjoying the show this week. Yesterday, we talked about we ain't pressed, what I ain't pressed for. What I ain't pressed for is explaining myself to Team Lack. I'm not explaining why I'm on Team Abundance. And if you're going to press towards the mark, insert Bible verse, you actually have to do something. You actually have to press. You actually have to move. You actually have to put something into motion. It does not happen because it just doesn't happen without you working on it. And what you will find is you will say a thing and your words will make you out to be a liar because your words did not align to your action. That's how we can say, oh, you just talking about it. You ain't about it because my words didn't line up with my actions. I said I wanted a thing, but I didn't do a thing. Y'all, this morning I filmed the talk show. If y'all don't know, I'll post a link because I filmed a talk show on Wednesday that airs on Thursday. And I did a whole lot of talking. And if you missed my video last night, I sung. First of all, it's not me singing the song. But on the way home, I let all the windows down and I sung what was the I Give You Peace of My Love. Y'all remember that? I sung that. I screamed it all the way home last night. And then when I came home, I started talking about the Sister Rise Retreat. If you missed that video last night, go back and watch. I talked about why it's important to me. And so my voice is gone. And so this is grated ginger and lime. So, good morning. If this is your first time joining the Fearless Morning Show, welcome. If not, I'm so glad you're here. Let's get right into it this morning, y'all, because we're going to talk about some things today. So the quote of the day, ask for things that lie at the bottom of your heart. We have two quotes. That's by Sue Monk Kidd. Ask for things that lie at the bottom of your heart. And then the second quote, the only thing limiting you from exceptionalism is how you see God. I love that quote. Let me put it in here for you. Well, my internet is not wanting to work. There we go. Let's see if it's going to work now. Those are the quotes for the day. Ask for the things that lie at the bottom of your heart. And the only thing that is limiting you from exceptionalism It's how you see God. And if you think about that, that's real true. How you see God is how you live your life. If you are limitless, if we are asking for all things in faith and we are receiving them all, that shows our belief in Him and that we don't limit Him with our thoughts. So let's get right into it. So this is what I was thinking today, this morning, and I have some reasons why you think that this, not you think, but you know that this journey is going to be a little hard. Like, we're preparing for the championship, right? And this is 4 reasons why the championship is hard. Number 1, well, before I get to that, I'm going to tell you some things. I can't make you want what you don't want. I can't make you want to win the championship. I can't make you want to be on Team Abundance. I can't make you do anything that you are not willing to do yourself, period. No one can. No one can make you happy if you're not willing to do that for yourself. No one can make you a better person. No one's going to convince you to do anything that you don't want to do. So I can share my life away on how to live past crazy, but I can't make you do something that you don't want to do. Okay? And here's the second one. This is my quote. Your fear, JoJo, is 100% dependent on you for its survival. Your fear is 100% dependent on you for its survival. My fear cannot live outside of me. It needs me. Your fear is 100% dependent on you for its survival. And my fear absolutely cannot live outside of me. It needs me. That means I've got to feed it. I've got to talk to it. I have to nurture that fear in order for it to come to pass. So this morning, your fear is 100% dependent on you for its survival. Period. Yeah, I feel like my chin was cut off, was it? So if my fear is 100% dependent on me for survival, good morning. If my fear is 100% dependent on me for survival and it cannot live outside of me, it needs me, then that must mean I'm feeding that fear. I can't make you do something you don't want to do, and your fear is 100% dependent on you. All right, so here's the next one. Over here on Team Abundance. So here's some things why it's hard. We have 4 things why it's hard, but I want to give y'all those thoughts first. When one reason why it's hard. Let's go ahead and do that. 4 reasons why it's hard to win this championship. It's because you are preparing for a destination that you've not yet arrived at, and every day is practice for that destination. Every day is practice for that championship. So it's hard because you're preparing for something that you don't quite understand yet. You can't quite see, but you know it's coming. So you are preparing for it. So that's number 1. You're preparing for a destination that you have not arrived at yet. You're preparing for the championship game and you're a rookie. You are preparing for a championship game, and this is your first day of practice ever. And you know you're going to win the championship. You know it's coming. You just not sure when it's coming, what day it is. So it's hard in the beginning because you are preparing for a destination that you have not yet arrived at. But if we think about it, is that not our faith? Is that not our faith? Is that not how we live our lives? Period. So it's hard in the beginning to do a thing. It's because you're preparing for a destination that you ain't arrived at yet. You haven't. Number 2, you're still trying to figure this out for yourself. You are not sure why you are even fully committed to this journey, let alone explaining it to people. And like I said, we are over here on Team Abundance. What we can't do is play with Team Lack. We can't underestimate them because they are professionals at what they do. They are professionals at what they do. So it's hard in the beginning because you still trying to figure it out for yourself, and you don't know why you can't put your finger on why you committed to this thing yet. You just know that it is. I had that conversation with my daughter yesterday. I said, if you could just trust me. I can't quite explain how I know to take this step. I can't tell you, Courtney, how I know that this is the right thing to do, but I'm trusting my knower. You know, we talk about that all the time. You got to learn to trust the knower in you. And so the knower in me says, if you could just continue on this path, if Jojo, the destination, you 30 feet out, you 3 feet out, if you could just trust your destination. Okay. Number 3 is you're starting to learn and think something different, and you're excited and you want to share it with everybody, but everybody ain't ready to hear it. I learned that the hard way. My feelings got hurt real quick. My feelings got hurt so bad because here I am learning things about myself. Oh, I'm on a journey. Oh, I'm figuring things out, and I wanted everybody to be on a journey and figure things out with me. Girl, let me tell you how you can free yourself of some things. Let me tell you how you can do this. But wasn't nobody checking for that. They didn't care. They didn't want to hear it. They're not ready. So that's why it's hard. You're learning. You want to share with everybody. And then number 4, which I think is the greatest. You have decided, my friend, not to struggle or fight against life. You've decided you're not going to struggle and fight against the greatness of you, your life, what you're supposed to do. You're no longer fighting that, and you're moving with it. It's hard because struggle is all you've known, and that's all you've been taught. That is your entire atmosphere. And so it's hard because now one of the concepts of Team Abundance is we not going to struggle with this thing. We are going to allow it. And some of us, our life is really hard because the natural progression of you is to greatness, and you are fighting against the divine in you to do something other than what you're supposed to do. And if you would just stop fighting for a minute, if you would stop struggling just for 5 seconds, then you would see the answer that you're so desperately looking for. You can't see it now because you're in fight mode. You're in guilty. You're in survival mode. And some of us, we mistake surviving for thriving and succeeding. They're 2 different things. I had to learn that I was struggling and striving, and I thought I was succeeding at things. Well, success is allowing the things that cause my struggle to let them go. The natural progression of you is great. You're doing a lot of work to stop yourself from growing. So number 4, the reason why it's hard, but I actually have 5. You decided that you're not going to struggle anymore. And when you're not struggling anymore, number 5, you're beginning to create that distance between what you know and what you don't know. You're creating a distance between this is all I've known, but look at what I don't know, and I want to shorten that distance, so I want to grow and stretch. That's why it's hard. And one of my favorite quotes, you're qualified to be exceptional. You're just nervous in front of your current community. You're nervous in front of the people right now because they're on Team Lack. Hey, every day there's a signing day for somebody for a team. It doesn't make them any better or any worse. Everybody on that team is professionals. So every day there's a signing day. Every day you get an opportunity to decide which team you're signing up for. So number 5 is you're creating that distance between what you know and what you don't know. You are growing and stretching. And how do you shorten that space? You show up for practice every day. Showing up for practice every day is you being committed. We talked about having a routine and having a sacrifice. You don't even want to sacrifice nothing for your own dream, and it's yours. What are you willing to sacrifice for your dream? You want everybody else to sacrifice, but you ain't sacrificed nothing for your own. And I think as we get out of that struggle habit, see, in the struggle, let me tell you, you are figuring out as you begin to not struggle so much that you want to give more than you take. And as you want to give more than you take, because that's what we do on Team Abundance, we want to give more than we take, we realize that the people around us are takers and blamers. Over here on Team Abundance, we are givers and we take responsibility. And all of your life, you might have been taught to take and blame. Can you give me that? Can I get that at a discount? Guilty, honey. I used to ask for a discount all the time. I used to try to find a shortcut all the time. I used to try to find a way around. But when I decided that I wasn't going to struggle anymore, I'm going to actually succeed at a thing, I let go of the struggle thoughts. And the struggle thought says, I don't have the money to pay for that. I now have changed that language to, I am working towards the budget to get that. My funds are not so that I can purchase it at this moment, but I'm working on it. It is a goal of mine. And when I stopped with the struggle of the things and I started to allow the things, right? And I started to give more than I take, and I stopped blaming other people, and I took responsibility. And I decided that if I keep taking a shortcuts are going to keep taking it with me. Meaning I ain't going to get everything I said I want because I want to take a shortcut. How many of us know people who know every shortcut around all the systems? I know people who can tell me the shortcut around every system that there is. Girl, if you just say this, you could get this. And if you would just do this. And at one point, I was one of those people, because that was a part of my conversation. I wanted to know the shortcut. I was calling you so you could tell me what it was. But when I decided I didn't want to be on Team Lack anymore and I want to be on Team Abundance, now I'm a giver and I take responsibility. If I want something, I pay for what it is. If I don't have the funds to pay for it, I still go, because we talked about that yesterday. Sometimes you got to see the abundance first before you begin the journey. I saw it. I know that's what I want and I'm coming forward. I'm working towards that thing. So we've got to be more givers and take responsibility than we are takers and blamers. Because when you switch teams, and it's hard, it is so hard to change in front of your family. I don't want to deter you from growth. I don't want to scare you from it. I want you to know that it is absolutely possible, but it is hard for change to occur in front of your family. When you change in front of your family, I want you to understand the mental strength that is going to be required of you. And if I've never explained Team Abundance and Team Lack to you before, I want you to understand that Team Lack, they are professionals. It makes them no less if that's the team they own. But team looks like the person who says, listen, I love you and I really want you to exceed at this thing, but that costs a lot of money. I really want you to exceed at this, but I can't watch your kids while you do that. I really want you to do better, but if you take that third shift job, I'm not willing to sacrifice anything for you to watch your kids or to support you or to... It's that best friend that says, girl, it couldn't have been me. You do too much. It is that mom and that daddy says, baby, I love you, but that's a bit much. And the minute you decide that you want to switch teams, okay, and you're doing this in the presence of your family, and you decide to switch teams, it's the minute that you're going to have to stop explaining why you're changing teams. You cannot argue with Team Abundance. They are professionals. They know exactly what to do. They know what to say to get you to change your mind. They know every guilt trip to give you so that you don't move, so that you don't go for it, so you don't go back to school. They know how to tell you how you should raise your kids and tell you, she need a whooping. You need to tear up one time. Well, Mom, I would prefer talking to my kids. You get cussed out for that. It is hard to change in front of your family. And I want you to understand it can be done, but I want you to be not interested on being on Team Abundance. You got to be committed. that your focus, whatever your end result is, whatever distraction is coming, is not changing that end result. And the distraction will come in the form of your sister. You love your sister with all your might. You love your brother. I have 18 brothers and sisters. 18. Count them out. 4 step brothers and sisters. 22. Count them out. I ain't leave nobody out. It is hard to change in front of your family, but you got to be dedicated to that thing that you say you wanted. And so your distraction is going to come, and it's going to come in the way of family. And that's why over here at Team Abundance, we have team meetings. We have our playbook, and we understand some things. Team Abundance, we are givers, and we take responsibility. And if you're surrounded by takers and blamers, it is going to be hard to change, because they're going to suck you back in. Good morning, Miss Joe. Good morning, Miss West. They're going to try their best to suck you back in. Well, JoJo, now you know. Yes, I do. And that's why it's hard in the beginning, because as 5 of them. Number 1, you're preparing for a destination that you don't yet know what it is. But you know that this ain't it. And you know you got to keep working. I can't tell you how you'll know, but you'll feel it on the inside. And you'll be like, this ain't it. I got to keep going. And it will keep nagging at you. Remember, we may not want to be the lion, but the lion's roar has fallen upon us. And then there's that little thing that keeps saying, hey, JoJo, no, that ain't it. No, that ain't it either. Keep looking, that ain't it. And as you move, you got to be okay with moving with or without your family. So, 1, you're preparing for a destination that you have not yet arrived at. That's what's practice. That's called practice, because we're working towards a championship. And you can't get to the playoffs and you can't get to the championship if you ain't showing up for practice every day. And your preparation for your destination is showing up for practice every day. Number 2, you're still trying to figure this stuff out for yourself. You don't fully understand why you're committed. So it's going to be hard to explain to a professional blamer. Hard to explain why you taking responsibility for your life to change what you don't see. It's going to be, there ain't enough alcohol in the world for you to talk to your mama for her to understand it. Ain't enough. Ain't enough coffee, ain't enough candy, soda, nothing you can substitute that's going to make her understand the journey you're about to take. And you got to be okay with that. Number 3, you're starting to learn and think, and you want to share it with everybody else, but they ain't ready. That's hard, because you're going to want everybody to succeed, everybody to think, and they ain't, just because you go back to school, that don't mean they want to go back. That's your dream. It's JoJo's. It ain't theirs. So they're not going to understand why you want to talk about schoolwork. They're not going to understand why I can't go because this paper due. I gotta study. I gotta do this work. They're not gonna understand that. Stop trying. That'll save you some brain power. Number 4, you've decided yourself not to struggle. You're not fighting against this life anymore. You are actually allowing your abundance and your greatness to come to you. You're getting out of that struggle mode, and we're in the thriving and living mode. And then number 5, you're creating a distance between what you know and what you don't know. Every day you're closing that gap because you're working on it. And the one thing that I understood is that fear, whether I'm afraid or not, is going with me on this destination. My fear, here's my quote, my fear is 100% dependent on me for survival. My fear cannot survive outside of my body. My fear needs me to live. My fear needs me to exist so that it can exist. So if my fear is 100% dependent on me, right, for its survival, what does that say about my power? That means I can be fearful, I can be afraid, but boo, you still need, fear can't do nothing without my participation. So listen, I wake up every morning, I hit that live button, I don't know if people going to show up or people going to say, you know what, I'm sick of hearing what JoJo got to say. I don't know that. That is a fear. But my fear is dependent on me participating with it. I said, oh, I see you fear, and I press the button anyway. When I want to go and do certain things, fear is there. I see you, fear, and I do it anyway. But you ain't got no choice but to come with me, because what I'm not doing is participating with you. If you want to hit your ride, honey, you better get on while I'm moving, because I'm not slowing down to give you a ride. I'm not saying fear is not going to be there. It's not going to be an active part of my life, but it needs me to participate with it. Yeah, it can show up in the form of I'm thinking a different thought. I'm doing stuff different, but it still needs my full participation. And on this journey, I can't make you want what you don't want. You can't make your mama want something different. It ain't for her to want it. That's for you. It is our goal to see, what's the word I want to use? To go past where our parents have taken us. You want your children to go past where you have taken them. So each generation gets better. But here on our level, but if we don't leave our generation, our children and our great-grandchildren a playbook for abundance, we're leaving them the playbook for lack. And you can say, JoJo, but it ain't on purpose. Yes, it is. Every day, you intentionally live in lack. Every single day. Every day, you intentionally live in lack. That's as simple as it can go. Every day, you choose that negative mindset. Every day, you choose to think you can't go, grow, do. Every day, you make your mama the reason why you don't do something. I can't leave my mama. Listen, I done lost 2 daddies. 2 of them within 2 years of each other. That hurt. That hurt. It was easy to call daddy. I knew I could call Robert, and I knew I could call Gerald. If I couldn't call nobody else. And my daddies, honey, they built up my ego. Robert used to tell me, honey, you don't chase after no man because you look good just like your daddy. And your daddy ain't never had to chase after nobody. Gerald taught me to be confident and say whatever I got to say and stand on what I have to say. But that cannot be the reason why I don't go. I buried 2 daddies. It was hard. Is that going to be the reason why I don't move? Because now all I got is a mama, so I can't go because I'm scared I'm going to lose her. I'm going to be scared and go anyway. Well, you know, my sister, I don't know if y'all know this, my younger sister, Jerry, she died 3 times. She had 3 heart attacks back to back. And the last time they told us, you know, I'm sorry, we've done all you can do. Your sister didn't make it. And she came back. Thank God. Am I going to use that as an excuse why I can't go? You know, my sister almost died 3 times, and that's my baby sister, and I love her, and I need to be there with her. I don't want us to use our family for an excuse why we can't go and do. Life, unfortunately, y'all, is going to happen. It's not going to stop for us. It's people leaving here. We all have a reservation in some cemetery without the privilege of cancellation. That's one of my favorite. That's in a song that I absolutely love. And so I can't allow death to even stop me from what I'm doing. Because if I allow that thing, and fear and faith are both what you cannot see, but you believe is going to happen. I can't allow that to stop me from going. I got to show up every day. My fear is 100% dependent on me for survival. So yeah, I'm afraid of losing my mama because that mean I ain't got no parents no more. Yeah, I'm afraid of leaving my sister. That mean I ain't gonna have a baby sister anymore. But it cannot stop my life. If you allow it to stop your life, then by all means, I want you to be comfortable where you are. If you're going to allow that to be the last statement for your life, I want you to be comfortable with where you are, who you are, and why you are. And if you can answer yes to all of those questions, I want you to live your whole best life. But if any of those answers, for some reasons, like, I don't know, And if you on the fence and you can't figure it out, boo, that means you need to go further. You're not done. You need to keep moving. See, what you don't know, and I'll tell you this as your friend, because I'm my sister's keeper. Your mama needs you to go. She needs you to go and do so that she knows it's possible. She needs you to go and do because maybe she stopped her dream here and you are her dream to go there. And she may not be able to articulate it. She may be afraid that you go, things ain't going to work out. That's just because she loves you. That's all. She's loved you to her faith. She's loved you as far as she has went in life. Now it's your turn to go even further. Just like it will be your children's turn to go even further. Your family needs you to succeed. They need you to continue. They don't need you to stop at their shenanigans. They don't need you to stop at their negative thoughts. Jojo, who do you think you are to be doing that? They don't want Jojo. They don't really want Jojo to stop there. The reason why they asking you questions is because it's making them question why they quit. When they see you, because this is a running joke in my family. Jojo, now what you going to school for now? Like how many more degrees do you want? My mama tell you, she said, ain't no more, and my mama's she a cuss a little bit. Ain't no more damn letters you can put behind your name, girl. MBA, BS, and AA, HCM, PhD. Ain't no more letters, Jojo, that you can put back there. What, baby, what is you going to school for? Tell me that. Doesn't matter. Your family loves you to the point where they can love you. And you going further makes them question why they quit. That's why they ask you the questions. And you need to, as you grow and go, right? Because over here on Team Abundance, we are givers and we take responsibility. I don't want you to hold that against them. I don't want you to make them feel some type of way because you're growing and they're not. I want you to give them a safe space to come and ask you that question. Because eventually they will. Good morning, Miss Starks. Good morning, children. Have an amazing day at school today. Listen to Miss Starks as you do your homework, as you do your schoolwork. So if we are givers and we're taking responsibility when my family, because what's going to happen as you walk this out, they paying attention and they looking, they're going to eventually come. So when my sister come and she say, Jojo, now tell me, because they ain't going to know how to have this conversation. And I don't want you to be arrogant with it. They're not going to understand how to have it. So when they come and say, Jojo, can you just tell me tell me again how to do this? It ain't, Ma, I done told you 10 times. It's okay, Mom. This is how you do it. It's okay, Jerry. This is how you do it. It's okay, Ken. Like all my sisters and brothers. I have 18 of them and I'm no better than any of them. Some of them are doing far more than I could ever imagine. But I, Jojo, want it to be my responsibility that if any sister, brother, friend, foe, enemy, whatever, if they come and ask me, it is a safe space for them to ask. Oh, you got a question? Great. I got an answer. And I give everything I got. Because over here on Team Abundance, we are givers and we take responsibility. I am taking responsibility for where I am, where I'm going, how I'm going to get there. I'm no longer a taker and a blamer. I can't blame Mom and them for everything that went wrong. I cannot. I can't. So it's hard in the beginning, y'all. It is hard, but you got to be dedicated to that thing. That's why we show up for practice over here for Team Abundance every day. And if practice for you is coming to the Fearless Morning Show, honey, exercise that brain muscle. Use it to the best of your ability. And understand, your fear is 100% dependent on you for survival. Your fear cannot exist outside of you. It can't live without you. And that's how you can look fear in the face. That's how you can look it in your face and say, come on, we going. A to the man. And when I tell you, you got to be comfortable, you got to be okay with that, Miss Starks, that end part. They can't support you. They can't because they don't understand. See, there's certain rules and regulations that we are abiding by that they cannot comprehend yet. Because it's not their playbook to read. See, their playbook says, I need to take from other people. I need to blame somebody else while it's not working. I need to use my kids while I'm not dreaming. I need to sacrifice for my family while I can't do this thing. I have all of this going on. That's why I can't support you. That's their rules and their regulations. You got to respect their playbook. You got to respect their team. They repping their team. Just like you got to respect Team Abundance. Good morning, Miss Moore. You got to respect that. See, their fear, just like mine, is 100% dependent on me for survival. Their fear is dependent on them for survival. And if my fear can't live outside of me and it needs me, that means I've got to participate with my fear. I got to tell my fear it is welcome. Boo, you not welcome. You're going to show up because I'm human. But I have the power. And I want you to understand that you have the power that you really have, that you ain't even using. The power that I have, I ain't even hit 1/10 of it yet. I ain't even touched it. I'm just now figuring it out. Oh, but the part that I done figured out and applied, boo, please understand. I'm learning and I'm applying. I can't learn no more until I apply some more. Oh yeah. Please understand, Miss Stars. I think anybody who's begun this journey thinks the exact same thing. Like, I'm your child. How you not gonna support me? I'm your sister. How you not gonna support me? It's not their job. I'm giving them a responsibility that they don't even know that they got. I'm making them responsible for supporting me. They don't know that they're supposed to do that. I gave them that expectation. My expectation is because you, my family, you support me. But I didn't tell them that that was my expectation. So they doing exactly what they supposed to do, living their life. It was my, JoJo's expectation that I said, I want all 22 of my brothers and sisters to support me. I want all of them to buy my book. I want all of them to purchase a ticket to my retreat. That was my expectation. I didn't tell it to them. So now I'm mad at them for something they don't even know. They don't know. They playing their game. They living their whole best life. They don't know nothing about my expectations. I'm mad because I didn't do it. And then when you give it to them in starts, they have every right to deny it. Like, okay, boo, that ain't for me. Yes, Miss Moore, we got to release them. That is when I tell you that's the hard part of your journey, that's the part of your journey. And I'm going to use a track because I ran track in in high school. That is when you don't run that, you done did a 100-yard dash. That's quick. That's a quick win. But when you got to do them 4 laps and you on that 4th one and your legs is burning and that right calf is like, I quit. That's when you got to bend your head down, bend into the curve, point them hands, honey, and use everything you got to sprint to the rest of it. That's where we are. And that is the point of the Fearless Morning Show, my sister's keeper, that's the point of that. Because when I wanted my family to support me, like, can you don't want to buy a book? Can you just come to the morning show and listen? Judge, I ain't getting up that early. You get on my nerve. I don't want to talk about that. You always got something to say. I had to let that go. It was holding me back. And I said, you know what? Okay, they ain't going to support me. And I got to be okay with that. Let me find some support systems that will. A to the men, Miss Moore. Some folks don't want you to speak the truth. Because your truth is, when you speak the truth, boo, if they support you, then it's going to highlight all the things that perhaps they didn't do. It's going to make them appear in a different light than such that they appear out inside of the community. Do you know the hell I caught when I wrote book 1 and 2? The pure hell. Judge, how can you tell your business? Because if I told my business and I told the truth of it, it highlighted things in my family that may not necessarily want told. But I can't tell the whole truth and not tell the whole truth. And they don't want you to speak that because it's going to highlight them. And that's your journey. It ain't theirs. So they don't want you telling it. They don't want you telling nobody. They don't support you. They want to be able to say, that's my baby over there with their chest. That's my cousin. That's my, we went to high school together. We had a couple of classes together. They want to do that part. They don't want to participate in the journey. I heard a quote. I read it. It says, some people need you to be at your best so that you can help them at their worst. They need you to be at your best so that you can help them at their worst. They need you to be good. They may talk about you, but they need you to be good. So when they start being a taker and a blamer, they can come to JoJo and say, but look what happened to me. This, and this. And then they can take from JoJo and be okay with that. So they need you to be at your best. They ain't want to participate in your journey. They ain't giving a hill of beans about you and your damn journey. They don't care about you. They care, but they ain't caring about that journey. They ain't caring about no self-care as gangsters, no self-love. They ain't caring about none of that. They need you at your best. However you get there is on your own. That's on you. Come on. Yes, ma'am, Miss Gina. And that is my prayer. Yes, Miss Moore, being made free is not freeing at all. At all. They don't care about your journey. They want you to be amazing. Again, your haters, I ain't gonna call them haters. It's people that don't understand or who haven't been enlightened to the journey, whatever it is yet. They don't understand what you're doing, but they need you to be great. They're talking about you right now and everything that you're doing. They believe in you more than you do, boo. They believe in your success more than you do. Let's look at it that way. My haters or whoever, I don't like saying the words hater. I don't like saying that word. The people that don't understand where I am in life because it doesn't align to where they are in life. They are depending on me to be a success so that they can continue to say whatever it is that they need to say. And that's okay too. I have learned to release so many thought processes that kept me back, boo. Oh my God. I'm trying to tell you that and when you start releasing some things, it frees you up to do more inside of yourself. I can't control what mama and them, my sister and them is going to say. I can't control it. Let me go ahead and release that. Okay, I got that. Let me release that. They not going to support me the way I feel like they need to support me. Let me release that. And the more I release, the more room there is for abundance. Thank you, Miss Moore, because the 4 reasons why it's hard in the beginning is you starting to learn and thinking you want to share it, but they can't understand the words that's coming out of your mouth. It's not in their playbook. And if you missed the show yesterday, we talked about that. I ain't pressed. What I ain't doing, I ain't pressed enough to explain to you why I'm choosing Team Abundance. I'm not pressed for that. I'm not fixing to explain it to you. I can't. When you're ready, you will understand why I chose Team Abundance. Until such time, you can't explain Team Lack to me. I don't expect you to slow down doing what you're doing. I ain't slowing down what I'm doing. I ain't pressed for that. You can't make somebody want something they don't want. And honey, I beat my head up against the darn brick wall trying to convince somebody to want what I want. Come on, Miss Moore. They don't have the capacity. Yes, ma'am, Miss Gina. The mind will hold you. Y'all, your mind is so... I wish I could come to every sister and just take a key and open up that part of your brain that's just for 1 second, so you can feel the release of the pressure off your mind of the journey you about to go on. I had a hard conversation with Courtney yesterday, a hard one, and I said, I just need you to trust that the steps that I'm doing, it is the right thing. I know, cause I know. And the more that I'm growing and I'm stretching, as Miss Moore say, they ain't always gonna have the capacity for you. They ain't gonna have the capacity for your greatness. That's okay. I'm not trying to make your family to be a bad people, bad persons. No, they are loving people, honey. They love you to the moon and back. You choose which team you want to play on. You still choose. You want Team Abundance or Team Lack? There's still rules to this thing. We are all still playing the championship, and boo, there's only 2 teams. And every day, your intention, you get to choose which team you're going to be on. Every day. Period. We can't stop. But you have built up the momentum, the energy. You have built it up, so you can't stop. Boo, if you stop now, as Grant Cardone says, you're doing more harm by living small than you are by living great. You've been moving. If you stop now, you're going to kill yourself, because you're almost there. There's a story about this guy who he was digging for gold. Went out west when there was the gold rush. He was digging for gold. He found some. He came back to Maryland, got his family. He got all the digging equipment, went back out there, and they dug more gold. Found all of a sudden the gold dried up. He couldn't find it anymore. And he dug and dug, and he said, you know what, I just quit. I can't, there's no more gold here. And he sold all of his mining equipment to another gentleman for a couple of $100s. That gentleman then went and hired somebody to look at the land. And he told him, oh, if you just went another 30 feet to the right, there's the gold. That gentleman went another 30 feet to the right, and he had a lifetime of abundance and blessings in gold. We are 30 feet out, boo. We right here at the destination. What we quitting for now? Why is we doing that? Keep going. Yes, it's hard, boo. I ain't selling you no, oh, it's going to be a wonderful life. This here hard, but it's also worth it. 8 to the men, Miss Moore. And if you stop at that 30 feet, I can guarantee this within 95% that your family, you can say your mama, your daddy, your sister, brother, cousin, whatever, they mad at what you're doing in life because they got 30 feet within their destination and they quit. And they mad because you done took they 30 feet and kept going. They mad because they feel like it's theirs. It was never yours. But boo, you kept going. They stopped, and you can't make that your problem. Don't make that your problem. Don't make that your business. I want you to do what I tell my kids to go do. When they see other people or another kid is acting bad or something, but mama, look at her. I want to go. Put your hand up. Put your hand in front of your face. Courtney and Rosie, this is your business. Anything outside of that is not your business. Stay focused. What did I tell you to do? Hey, to the men, you can't have my well. This here mine. Just because you stop digging, that's not my problem. It ain't your business. Don't pick up stuff that don't belong to you. That's why your back hurt. That's why my left shoulder is where I carry my stress. That's why my left shoulder hurt. I'm picking up mess that don't belong to me. It's not my business. I can't help it, and I'm going the extra 30 feet. Boo, we all, every morning we get up, we all get an opportunity to go that extra mile. It's on you whether you do it or not. That's on you. I can't make you want something. Yep. And Miss Starks, I tell you, sister, that's the hardest transition I ever had in my life. I struggle with that every day. What they think ain't my business. I will cry, honey. I'll write a whole 3-4 pages in my journal. They don't support me. They don't, why they think this, why? And then halfway through, I was like, shit, That ain't my business. And I will stop right there in my journal and say, JoJo, this not your business, boo. I will shut that book, dry my tears, and go handle my business. It's not my business. And I've got to release that. Don't be picking up stuff that don't belong to you. Don't carry stress that don't belong to you. Don't carry fear that don't belong to you. Don't carry your mama's fear. Your mama's scared of leaving because she ain't never left. But she needs you to go. She ain't going to tell you that, but she needs you to go. The quote of the day, ask for the things that lie at the bottom of your heart. Ask for them. And here's my quote. The only thing limiting you from exceptionalism is how you see God. That's by JoJo. The only thing limiting you from exceptionalism, meaning above and beyond, is how you see God. Not how God sees you, not no hand that he dealt you. No, it is the limiting belief that you put on him that said what you could and could not have. He ain't never told you none of that. You just assumed that that's what he said. He didn't tell you that. And so you're limiting him. That's why. That's the only thing that's limiting you from your abundance, from whatever it is that you say you want. Amen. Let the people be right, Miss Moore. I can't argue. That's time I could be doing something else with. I can't make you want what you don't want. I can't say words that's going to make you feel better. If they make you feel better, it'll be fleeting in a moment. It will be a passing thought. That's why and people always laugh at me. Judge, you say the craziest things. That's why you can be deep fried in holy oil, honey. When I tell you them sisters at my old church laid hands on, we had a 30-day tent revival, and we walked around our neighborhood every day for 30 days before we had the 30-day tent revival. Those ladies laid hands on my bald head. They laid hands on my body, honey. I fell out. I did all the things. You can roll, you can be deep fried in holy oil. You can be covered in the purple and the white cloth, honey. They can spray paint you with holy oil. You can carry it in your pocketbook. You can anoint yourself every day. But until you become dedicated to see that change, till you understand that you actually, when you pressing toward the mark, that you actually got to press and go. And to exercise your faith, you actually got to exercise your faith. You actually got to do something. Ain't none that gonna work. Ain't nothing nobody gonna say ever gonna make it any different. I can't make you want what you don't want and what you don't understand. That's your disbelief. And some of us, we got to work on that first. As we begin this journey, you got to work on your disbelief. Yes, Miss Moore. He gives us abundance. And we turn around and say, oh, but you didn't mean me. Yeah, Jesus, you didn't mean me though. You meant Miss Moore. You didn't mean JoJo. You meant Miss Starks. You didn't mean JoJo. You meant Gina. Not JoJo. No, he said what he said. He said what he said. So it's hard because there's 5 things. You're preparing for a destination that you have not yet arrived at. And that is what we call practice for the championship game. So it's hard because we're preparing for something we can't quite see yet. That's okay. That's why we show up for practice every day. That's why you have purpose partners. That's why I'm my sister's keeper. Whatever you need, that's the purpose of the Fearless Morning Show, to help you practice that thought process. So when we get to championship, you ready to play that game. Number 2, you still trying to figure it out for yourself. And you don't fully understand why you committed yourself. So it's hard to explain it to somebody else. Now, don't go explaining your journey and you haven't wallowed in it for a minute. Meaning you ain't been able to say it with your chest. You ain't let it settle in your body. You ain't able to stand flat-footed, chest out, head up, and say, this is what I am. Because if you ain't at that point, as my grandpa said, you ain't wallowed with the pig for a minute. When you go over there, out there, and Team Lack ask you questions, they will eat you alive. And you'll be back over there playing for them. Understand what it is for you first. Yes, we excited, but understand it for you first. Number 3, you're starting to learn and thinking you want to share it with everybody else. They're not going to understand the words that's coming out your mouth. It's not for them. They don't know those words. Number 4, you have decided not to struggle. You decided to stop fighting against life and allow. Some of us are not good receivers of abundance. That's why it can't come to us. You got to be a good receiver of the good thing first. It's got to be room for it. And you say, but JoJo, that don't make sense. I want to receive my abundance, but do you really? If you really want to receive your abundance, then you wouldn't be talking your stuff out of moving to the next step. If you really wanted to receive your abundance, you wouldn't be saying, but that ain't for me though. If you really wanted to receive your abundance, your words would be totally different than what they are now. We've got, as also good givers, we got to be good receivers of our abundance. And when you decide not to struggle, you become a good receiver and stop fighting against life. And number 5, you're creating distance between what you know and what you don't want to know. It's in my room. You're creating that distance between what you know and what you don't want to know. Y'all, this is where you do that internal work and you ain't telling nobody about it. And if you are, you telling the people who are going to understand the journey that you want. And I do, and nothing makes me madder. Is that a word? Can I say that? Nothing makes me more angry than you telling me, but JoJo, I'm 70. I can't do that. What that got to, what your number got to do with your brain ain't broke? Is your brain broke? Did your brain ooze out of your ears at 70? At 75, did you just wake up and stop dreaming? The only limitation is your body, not your mind, and your body follows where your mind goes. That's why you give your words and your breath direction every day. That's why you renew your mind every day. Your body will do whatever your mind tells it. When I say I can't go another mile, my body says I can't go another mile. I said, body, shut up, JoJo. You can go another mile, and I go. So don't go tell me that you 70, you 75, and you can't dream, and you can't go, and you can't do. That's not a valid excuse. I need you to find another one. If your body can't move and go, your brain still ain't working. Your brain ain't broke. You can still think a thought. And as long as you can think a thought, you can put that into action. Don't allow your mama to tell you, my patience is gone. I just can't. That's for the young people. Boo. That whisper, that thing, it keeps coming to you for a reason. It's meant for you to do. It is meant for you, not nobody else. Don't let numbers be a reason why you stop 30 feet out from your greatness. You 30 feet from your destination. That's another 10, 11 steps, and you're going to stop because there's a number in front of you. Your brain didn't stop working. It did not ooze out of your ears. We have free will to think every day. So on this amazing day, I want you guys to have a good day. I want you to have an amazing day. The quote of the day: ask for the things that lie at the bottom of your heart, by Sue Monk. The only thing limiting you from exceptionalism is how you see God. That is by JoJo. I can't make you want what you don't want. And here's another one of my quotes. Your fear, JoJo's fear, is 100% dependent on me for survival. It can't live outside of me. It needs me to survive. And if my fear needs me to survive, I'm moving. It better move with me. It best move with me. Because I got somewhere to be. As I tell my kids, I got somewhere to be. You better be in this car when it's moving. And if you ain't, I'm sorry. This caboose ain't stopping. We got places to go. Don't forget the Sister Rise Retreat is coming up. Y'all, October the 16th through the 18th. Yes, we are having it. Yes, there are questions. Yes, there's COVID going on. Yes, we're still having it. If you go to the website, the link, I answer all your questions and that and more. If you missed the video last night, I came on about 11:30 last night and talked more about the Sister Rise Retreat. Here's the nice little pens. We have the journals. These are so cute. We have the bags that say Sister Rise on it. And we have adult coloring books that you'll be getting. If you like any of your stuff in the Sister Rise Retreat bag, please send me a message. And I'll be glad to send you the link for that. Better yet, here it is right here. And y'all, let me tell you, I ain't saying I ain't afraid to do this retreat. I'm saying that even though fear may be looking at me, I ain't stopping. This is something I needed for myself, that I need and needed for myself, and it will be so. And you got to be set in your mind that will happen. Fear and no fear. If your fear is 100% dependent on, and so I'm choosing, because if fear and faith are both something we cannot see, but we are believing it's going to happen. Fear, I can't see it, but I believe it's going to happen. And faith, I can't see it, but I believe it's going to happen. I'm about to have the Sister Rise retreat. Somebody about to show up. It will happen, period. My fear will not stop me. It will not distract me from the final destination, from my focus for what is supposed to be. It will not. Over here on Team Abundance, we are givers and we are taking responsibility, period. We are not takers and blamers. We are givers and we take responsibility. So let's take responsibility for our thought process and our mind. And I ain't saying this journey going to be easy. I'm saying it is so amazingly worth it. And I don't want you to use any of your body limitations for a reason why you cannot. Your brain ain't broke. Your brain still works. Even if your body can't follow, the more you exercise your brain, the more your body will want to follow. That I can guarantee you. So on this lovely day, I hope you have an amazing day. Oh, I had 6 reasons why it's hard. I didn't scroll down to number 6. Number 6 is you becoming more aware and alert of your surroundings, and now you know you must do something about it. And it's hard not to do something about something once you find out it's wrong. So instead of 4, there were really 6. That's okay too. So on this lovely day, I want y'all to have an amazing day. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. If y'all have any questions about the Sister Rise Retreat, please send me a message. And then please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. Don't forget the YouTube channel, the podcast, the books. And if you would like to own one of the movie that I was in is called The Last Time. It features Tommy Ford. It was the last movie he did before he passed away. If you would like one of those, I have to order those separately. It does come on TV. If you have Aspire TV, I think it comes on there sometimes. But if you would like a copy of that, just let me know. I think it's $20 for the DVD. Do people still buy DVDs? So, y'all, we ain't stopping. Fear has no other choice but to go with us. Because if faith and fear go hand in hand, I'm choosing faith. If I have a choice, I'm choosing faith every single time. I'm going to exercise that thing out. So I want you to have an amazing day. Welcome to your journey wherever you are, my friend. Today is the most amazing day to start your journey to where you need to be. So I want you to be peaceful, period. And I will see you guys here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.
Thank you again for listening to the Live Past Crazy Show with Yonmitra Jojo. She is the only Live Past Crazy specialist, and she is glad you spent your time with her. If you would like to know more about why she knows crazy and about her journey, she invites you to check out her website, www.livepastcrazy.com, as well as follow her on social media. Yonmitra is her tag for IG, Twitter, and Facebook. JANMETRA. She also invites you to join her on the Fearless Morning Show, weekdays at 7:15 a.m. on Facebook Live. Again, you can find us on Facebook with the Fearless Morning Show page or by name. Remember, as a result of working with the only Live Past Crazy specialists, individuals are able to identify the crazy in their lives and develop a specific blueprint to begin to live past crazy. Do you know anybody who needs to live past crazy? Then send them over her way, because there is life after crazy. Be peaceful, period. And Yonmitra will see you guys on the next show.